Welcome to a closer look at free-range turkey farming in the United States, where open fields provide a natural habitat for millions of turkeys allowed to roam freely. But does this method truly impact the quality of the meat? And how are these farms adapting to shifting consumer demands? Let's uncover the detailed journey behind these turkeys. In the state of Minnesota, a modern hatchery becomes the starting point for thousands of turkey eggs. This facility, capable of producing up to 57,000 turkeys in a single hatch, plays a central role in a state that accounts for around 44 million turkeys each year, which is roughly 18% of the national output. After 7 days of incubation, each egg is carefully checked to ensure healthy development. Only those that meet strict standards continue giving the next generation of turkeys the strongest possible start. Roughly 4 weeks later, the hatchlings emerge, tiny but full of promise. Immediately after hatching, each young turkey is thoroughly examined. Those that show any signs of weakness or abnormalities are separated. The rest receive vaccinations and are provided with optimal care and nutrition. Though they resemble chicks in size, they quickly grow with the right environment. These young birds are moved into specially controlled areas where they're monitored closely until they gain strength. As they mature, their feathers gradually turn white, a sign they're ready to move on to the next stage of growth. At this point, they are transported to larger farms where they can continue developing in a spacious and more natural setting. What makes this process particularly remarkable is the use of free-range farming. In many areas across the United States, turkeys are raised outdoors, rather than confined to barns. Allowing them to roam across large fields not only reduces the risk of disease, but also enhances the overall quality and flavor of the meat, offering a healthier, more flavorful product. Although raising turkeys shares similarities with chicken farming, there's one major difference. Turkeys require much more time. In Minnesota, they typically spend around 180 days growing before they're ready for harvest. After nearly 6 months of life in the fields, harvest time arrives. Workers gently gather the turkeys and place them into transport cages. For some, this part of the process can be emotional, yet it's a vital step in the supply chain that brings food to our tables. If this scene is difficult to watch, it's perfectly okay to step away. We understand and appreciate your perspective. During major holidays like Thanksgiving, Christmas, and Easter, demand for turkey meat surges. In 2021 alone, Americans consumed around 46 million turkeys during Thanksgiving. However, few people know that Alexander Hamilton, the first Secretary of the Treasury, once stated that no citizen should eat turkey on Thanksgiving Day, a curious historical footnote. Next, we head to a high-capacity processing plant where thousands of turkeys are cleaned in hot water tanks each day before undergoing additional steps. Thanks to advanced automation, only about 40 to 50 workers are needed to process large volumes efficiently. Each stage, from cleaning to packaging, is handled with speed and precision, ensuring top-quality turkey meat is delivered to stores and homes. The United States remains the global leader in turkey production, followed by Brazil and Germany, though it's an industrialized process. Many still find the sight of turkeys in production lines emotionally stirring. Your thoughts on this are welcome, and we invite you to continue exploring the world of farming and food with us in future stories. Have you ever wondered how KFC consistently delivers billions of golden, crispy, and mouth-watering fried chicken pieces that people around the world can't resist? From the legendary original recipe to spicy hot wings and juicy bite-sized nuggets, KFC's magic goes far beyond flavor. It's built on a precisely managed supply chain and cutting-edge production systems that ensure every piece of chicken meets the highest standards. It all began in the 1930s when Colonel Harlan Sanders created his now legendary recipe with 11 secret herbs and spices. What started as a humble roadside diner evolved into a global fried chicken empire with over 27,000 outlets, surpassing even McDonald's in the fried chicken space. Today, over 1 billion chickens are served in KFC meals annually. The journey starts at high-tech poultry farms. Gone are the days of chasing chickens manually. Automated poultry catching systems now process up to 10,000 birds per hour. Flexible arms and rotating brushes guide chickens gently onto conveyor belts and into transport crates that ensure minimal stress during transit. Once at the processing facility, chickens are given a resting period of 1 to 2 hours to reduce stress and preserve meat quality. They're then moved on to an automated rail system for stunning, using low-voltage electricity or gas, ensuring a calm, humane transition. Chickens are then immersed in a hot water bath to loosen feathers, which are removed by rotating rubber fingers. The next step is precision cutting. Automated blades remove the legs at a rate of up to 10,000 per hour, while a vacuum-powered system efficiently handles evisceration. Organs are safely removed and processed separately, maintaining strict hygiene. An optical scanner checks each bird for any defects, and only those that pass continue through the line. Further down the line, tail glands are removed, and the carcasses undergo another round of inspection. In the wing cutting section, up to 20,000 wings are processed hourly, with parts sorted by size for different menu items. Breast meat and thighs are then separated using high-speed stainless steel blades. Up to 12,000 chickens per hour, ensuring juicy, intact cuts every time. Before chicken even reaches the processing plant, its origins are carefully controlled. On large-scale farms, baby chicks are bred through artificial insemination to ensure genetic quality and fertility while minimizing the risks of natural mating. These chicks are raised in environments monitored with precision, balancing technology and humane care. Now comes the transformation into the crispy KFC favorite. Each piece moves along a conveyor belt and is evenly coated in a layer of dry flour using robotic arms. Next, it enters a wet battering station to enhance moisture and binding. Finally, a second layer of dry flour locks in that crispy texture. The coated chicken is fried at 177 degrees Celsius, 350 degrees Fahrenheit, for 12 to From farm to fryer, every step in KFC's process is optimized to deliver consistent quality, unbeatable flavor, and that unforgettable crunch. It's a combination of secret recipes, smart technology, and relentless attention to detail that has made KFC the king of fried chicken. Salami, the aristocrat among cured meats, carries with it the refined flavors of old Europe. It doesn't demand elaborate preparation. Just a thin slice is enough to awaken the senses. Once a humble staple, salami has evolved into a global gastronomic icon, anchoring an industry worth tens of billions of dollars. But have you ever wondered how over 7 million tons of salami are produced each year? This journey begins far from the cutting table, in integrated farms where every pink piglet is raised with care and attention. Once mature, they are taken to processing plants where modern technology merges seamlessly with artisanal skill. Here, each salami takes shape through meticulous steps, grinding the meat, blending spices, natural fermentation, and long, slow drying. What emerges is more than food. It is a product steeped in time, echoing the culinary heritage of generations past. Our story unfolds in Italy, a land known for its refined cuisine, legendary wines, and deeply rooted traditions. It is here, in the heart of this cultural cradle, that salami was born. Like Parmigiano Reggiano or Barolo wine, salami holds a sacred place at the Italian table. an edible emblem of national identity. With over 300,000 tons produced annually in Italy alone, salami not only feeds the nation's culinary pride, but fuels an economic engine worth billions of euros. Unlike industrial sausages churned out in mere hours, salami is a craft of patience. Its origin isn't mechanical, but maternal. It starts on traditional farms, where every pig is raised with a devotion that seems to understand. They will one day represent the soul of an entire cuisine. It all begins with the birth of a new generation of high-quality piglets. In modern farms, artificial insemination is standard, used to enhance productivity and maintain genetic control. Only the healthiest sows, selected for superior traits, are chosen for reproduction. Simultaneously, boar semen is collected and analyzed to ensure compatibility and optimal reproductive health. Once every factor aligns, insemination is performed with high-precision techniques in sanitized conditions to ensure animal welfare and biosecurity. From there, the sow enters a 114-day gestation period. During this time, she is bathed, cared for, and monitored like royalty, ensuring her litter is born healthy and strong. Before giving birth, she's moved to specialized maternity pens designed for safety and comfort. Each sow may deliver 10 to 14 piglets. For the first few weeks, she nurses her newborns. Her milk is rich in colostrum, an immune-boosting elixir that sets the foundation for robust growth. After weaning, the piglets begin eating solid food and are relocated to collective pens, where they live in groups of around 50. Their diet consists of balanced. They soon enter an intensive fattening phase lasting 3 to 4 months, during which their bodies grow so rapidly they often lose proportion. Many spend their days resting and drinking water, conserving energy for the sole tasks of eating and growing. Once they reach the optimal market weight, about 100 kg, they are ready for the next phase. Carefully loaded onto specially outfitted trucks lined with straw or fine sand to prevent injury, the pigs are transported to the processing plant. Upon arrival, they're placed in a rest area with cool air, misters, and fresh water. This short break helps reduce stress and relax their muscles before processing begins. In a humane step, electrical anesthesia is applied to ensure the animals are unconscious during the process. Afterward, only clean cuts remain. Modern systems use circular blades and 3D scanning technology to split the carcass evenly, ensuring uniform halves. The meat is then sorted. While ribs, belly, and loin are packaged as fresh cuts, prime sections like the shoulder and ham, dense and marbled, are selected for salami. From here, the journey becomes even more refined. The salami-making process begins with the strict selection of meat. Only firm, tendon-free cuts are used to ensure stability during curing. But the defining ingredient is the fat, specifically pure dorsal fat making up 25 to 30% of the mixture. Its high melting point preserves structure even through long fermentation. Both meat and fat are flash frozen to kill bacteria and preserve integrity. Once thawed under controlled conditions, the meat is chunked into smaller pieces. Unlike other sausages, salami is never finely ground. Instead, the meat is coarsely chopped, preserving the character of each piece. A screw-type grinder pushes the mixture through large holed plates, producing thick strands marbled with visible white fat. This texture is the essence of traditional salami. Then comes the most expressive part of the process, seasoning. Each producer adds their own blend: salt, pepper, garlic, sugar, coriander, and sometimes nutmeg or paprika. These spices aren't just for taste, they regulate fermentation and preserve the meat. In some factories, spices are added directly onto the conveyor belt. In others, everything is blended in massive mixers. In modern salamis, starter cultures like Lactobacillus or Pediococcus are added to kickstart controlled fermentation. In more traditional versions, however, fermentation occurs spontaneously, just as it did centuries ago. Once evenly mixed, the meat is ready for stuffing. Workers carefully feed the casings onto filler tubes. Pressurized pumps push the mixture into the casing, while operators monitor tension to avoid bubbles or tears, especially with natural casings used for premium salamis.